Alright, peace and greetings, YouTubers. Okay, I don't even know where to begin. Like, when I tell you I'm so caught off guard, I wasn't ready for this one. And I mean, you're never ready for when anybody passes, but there's just some expectations and exceptions where it's just like, whoa. Like, you just grab your chest and just, you have to stop and just, that's been me all day. It was crazy because they announced that he had died just as I got to work. And I'm like, this was the longest work day. The kids ain't gonna sit down. They drive me crazy. And I'm just in my head trying to process everything. Like, man. And it's crazy. I'm not one of those people who's gonna sit here and sob and boohoo and it's gonna be a sad video or anything like that. But when I tell you I was just so caught off guard, I just was not ready. And the part that scares me is we keep losing so many of the good ones. Like, when we talk about the legends that we've been losing, you know, whether it's Whitney, whether it's Michael, David Bowie, like, these are legends who not only called the shots in their career, but when I say call the shots, I mean they created a lane for themselves and they pushed that lane and they worked that lane to the point where that lane became so impactful that it inspired and created other lanes for other people to follow suit in. But at the same time, everybody would follow suit. And the standard that they would base themselves upon was lane created by those legends. So legends like Stevie, legends like Aretha, people like Michael and Whitney, and now Prince, and even Madonna, and Janet, and like Donny Hathaway, all these different legends have created all these different lanes for themselves, and everybody who's come afterward are creating and molding their careers after the careers of these people that I've already named. And that's what scares me, because as we continue to lose all these greats, I'm not seeing a lot of greatness arise. And it's not because there's not any talent, but it's because the music industry is just so different, and it's not centered on music and the genuineness of the actual art form. It's all about the business and the gimmick and the controversy and how we can get something to trend on social media. So the industry has just changed. So that era of the greatness where we saw Princes and Sheila E's and Patrice Russians and all of them come out, that era, that door has closed. It's never going to happen again because the industry is so bought out. And now all of our attention goes to the dumber aspects of the entertainment industry, and it drives me crazy. It's just like, man, y'all don't realize what we just lost. Like, Prince is legend. And what I appreciated about Prince is Prince was a real artist. You know what I mean? Because the thing about art is, when you're an artist, you're not afraid to be vulnerable. Prince wasn't afraid to be vulnerable. Prince was going to do whatever it is he wanted. And whether his fans or casual listeners liked it or not, he didn't care. And it wasn't because he didn't care about their feelings, but at the end of the day, he knew what he wanted to do as an artist. And that's what he was going to do. If this is what I'm feeling like at the moment, this is the sound I'm going for it, and you guys can either ride along or I'll see you on the next album, but I'm not changing myself for anybody. Prince was somebody who did not give an F word about what the industry standards were. He was going to do whatever he wanted. When you just look at when he came out in 78, 77, 78, 79, and you saw what was going on in the industry then compared to what he was doing, he was already the oddball out from the jump because he didn't hop on the whole disco bandwagon like everybody else. He came out with his own sound, and this is what I'm going to do. He had a little bit more funk to it. He did all these different things with the musicality and the instruments, and as he progressed into the 80s, it's just like, man, the sound that he had in the 80s pretty much crafts and still links into what people are doing today. So when you look at somebody like Diddy and The Dream and a lot of these other entertainers who have also become moguls and producers themselves, they're modeling everything they do right after Prince. Especially Diddy, like everything Diddy does was straight Prince. When you look at Diddy's Press Play album from 06, that was just straight Prince everything. When you look at The Dream, everything he does is Prince. When he got with Electric Red, nothing but Prince. And the thing about Prince is, Prince was just so talented. He could play every instrument. He would do, like, his hands were in all of the creative process of all of his music. It was playing all the instruments, writing all the songs, doing all the vocal arrangements, doing the mixing, doing everything. And that's what made him so boss about his. And that's why he said, I'm not here for you industry execs trying to keep all my masters and stuff, because at the end of the day, this stuff is mine. Just because we have some contract doesn't mean you're going to get to own everything you didn't put the work in, because you don't appreciate the art. You're only looking at it for the check. You're not looking at it for the cultural significance that it's going to have in the long run. And that's why I appreciate somebody like Prince, who always fought the industry, because when you look at Prince in the 90s, he was kind of unofficially blacklisted when he went after Warner Brothers. So, you know, that's when he changed his name to the unpronounceable symbol. And, you know, his music was not as relevant as it was during the 80s. He was still getting hits and he was still Prince. But when you look at how the cards were stacked against him, Prince was like, I don't give a okay, I'm still going to put out these 80,000 different albums, because when you look at somebody like Prince has 1 million albums. Prince was coming out, he comes out with more albums than Joe. Because you know Joe the R&B singer, all the things you want man to do, Joe. He comes out with a CD every 3 months. But Prince had him beat because Prince was like, no, I got this. And on top of that, Prince was putting together the whole album. You know what I mean? All the production, everything. Like, there is so much owed to Prince in the legacy that he created because he created so much for everyone. And the thing that's so funny, I was just talking about him like 2 videos ago. I even did a video where I said, like, and I'm glad I've given everybody their flowers while they're alive. I just did a video a few months ago talking about why there would never be another Michael, Whitney, Prince, Madonna, Janet, Mariah, just because of the way that the industry has changed. And so I'm glad I was able to get that out while he was alive. But like, Prince is just so legendary. And getting to the music, if I had a favorite song, I think it would be 17 Days. 17 Days is like, it came in during the Purple Rain era. I believe it was a B-side to When Doves Cry or Let's Go Crazy, one of those songs. But literally, that's my favorite song just because I really enjoy the arrangements of how the song was produced, and it sounds even better live. If you ever get the opportunity to search through the trenches of the internet and you find the Purple Rain tour audio from the Miami show, it was the finale of the tour from 1985, that is the best. Listen, you will be jamming in that car for 3 hours because there's 3 different discs, and Sheila E. was the opening act, so they get it in. But Prince performed 17 days on the tour. That's how you know you're good to your fans, when you're performing the B-sides. You know, this wasn't even a single, this wasn't even on an album, but I'm going to perform it for you guys, and I'm going to give, I'm going to go all out. And you know, somebody like Prince, he would perform a song for like 3 hours straight. He'd do one straight song for 3 hours. You'd be there all day, and after a while, you go, oh, okay. But, he would do so many different things with the arrangements, you wouldn't even get bored on the performance. And it's like, that's what I miss about the industry. Prince was not afraid to go out and venture. When you look at the evolution of his sound, he changed his sound so many times that none of his albums sound the same. You know what I mean? They all had a different vibe. They may have complemented what was out at the time during the time period that they were released, but they still all set different kind of trends. My favorite Prince era is the era when he was with the New Power Generation, and that's only because that's my first memory of Prince. That was about like 1990, 1991. And it was funny because I wasn't allowed to watch his music videos. Like, I wasn't allowed to watch Cream. I wasn't allowed to watch Get Off. Diamonds and Pearls I could kind of watch, but that stuff used to come on my mom like, turn it off right now. And then she'd sit there and watch the whole video and then wonder why I want to watch it too. I just go on the other side and keep watching from the other end of the room. But it's like all of these entertainers, like, the Nick Ashfords and the Princes and the Michael Jacksons and all of them, like, they were such a crucial part of my childhood as far as the music and the imaging and what they put out there. It just kills me every time we lose them, which has me afraid. So this is what we need to do in the meantime. Because I'm terrified of losing any more legends. Now, don't take this as a joke. This is so serious. And I posted this on Facebook. Everybody thought I was joking. I'm like, no, this is not a joke. This is serious. So, I said, basically, I want life alerts on all of the entertainers over the age of 45 because I can't afford to lose anymore. So, from now on, the following demands need to be met. All right? Stevie Wonder is no longer allowed to take the stairs. Gladys Knight does not need to be on any midnight trains in Georgia. She needs to take Skype because Amtrak keeps tripping or whatever. These trains keep crashing. She don't need to be on it. Patti LaBelle, you got diabetes. No more patty pies. Don't eat them. You can make them, but just make sure you don't eat them. And don't touch the paper boo. Remember that was from when she was on Tyra. Aretha Franklin, please, y'all, give her the respect that she asked for because I don't need her blood pressure to get any higher. Like, I just give her respect that she asked for. R.E.S.P.E.C.T. Shaka Khan. If she's going to be doing any kind of manual labor, going on a roller coaster, anything like that, she needs to tie her hair down. I don't want any incidents. All right? Speaking of labor, Janet Jackson, you want to sit here and have a child at 50. You done already canceled my show 3 times. I'm not going to argue with you today in this video, but you need to take every prenatal vitamin known to man. You need to be on bed rest. Everything the doctor says you need to do because you got a dangerous pregnancy. And if you do go back on tour, there will be no pyrotechnics of any kind. Nothing, because I don't want the flames and the sparks to touch the juices and the berries in your hair because I need you to live, okay? Because if Janet goes, I can't go to work for like 3 days. Y'all might as well, you will never see me on YouTube again. Who else? Okay, Toni Braxton, she's sickly. I need doctors and oxygen tanks on deck at her house at all times. People need to always be ready. KC, you stay away from Mary J. Blige. Don't give her no kind of stress. Don't even send her a Christmas card, okay? No drama. No more drama. Diana Ross, you're a legend, but you will not be upside down for any reasons unless already authorized because I don't need too much blood rushing to your head for any kind of reason because I don't know if you got blood clots in your brain, nothing. So Diana Ross won't be going upside down. Maze and Frankie Beverly, you will only be allowed to sing the joy part of Joy and Pain. We don't need to sing about pain because we don't want anything to make blood pressure go up again because, at that age of heart attacks, we're not doing it. Mariah, when your twins get old enough, then you are not allowed to teach them to drive. You let them go with a driver, you stay home. Just make sure everything is insured. Ron Isley, you will no longer be performing Contagious because I don't need you to catch a case of anything that will put any stress on your heart. Al Green, you're not allowed to go to IHOP and you need to stay away from grits. Anita Baker, you will only be performing the part of the body when you're performing body and soul. We don't need anything about any souls leaving the body anytime soon. So you'll just perform body. Body and body. Okay? Babyface, I know you had Never Keeping Secrets, but that's too stressful. Just go ahead and keep them. You do whatever you need to do to stay healthy. T-Boz, if you want to chase waterfalls, that's fine, but the water needs to always be room temperature. It can't be extremely hot. It can't be extremely cold because the extremes really trigger sickle cell attacks. Tina Turner, private dancers canceled. You too old for that. So if the privacy is done, we need a doctor in the room at all times. You can still do the dance and do whatever you're doing to your nice, sweet Switzerland husband or whatever, but there will be a doctor in the room because we always need somebody there just in case something does go down. Roberta Flack, there will be no more strolls in the park after sunset. I know that's the time you feel like making love, but it's dangerous out here. There's lots of creeps and stuff. We need you to live. And Smokey Robinson, when he says, take a good look at my face, take a good look at my face. Y'all need to do that seriously just to make sure that there are no signs of paralysis on either side of the face because that is the sign of a stroke. I need all these people to live nice, long, prosperous lives because at this point I will lose my mind if any of those people die in the next year. I don't need it. I won't speak into existence. They will all live long, prosperous lives. Put it in the universe. But Prince was such a legend. He's going to be so missed. And it's just so sad that he is gone. And I don't think people understand. He had such a huge impact. Tina Turner always said the only reason Private Dancer never went to #1, and mind you, it sold 12 million copies worldwide, was because she had to constantly battle between Prince and Michael. Because 1984 was just basically Thriller and Purple Rain playing tag team, hopscotch with the #1 spot on the Billboard chart. So Tina always had to be #3. But it's just like, when you look at somebody who is a new artist, because in 1984 when Purple Rain came out, Prince, in my opinion, was still new. He had only been in the industry for like 6 years. A new artist who comes out with a film, not only just comes out with a film, but writes, directs it, produces it, stars in it, it gets nominated for Oscars, everything. Like that, who does that? Well, y'all name me some new artists that have been out in less than 6 years that have done all that quick. And not only that, but a movie that is considered a staple in film and in music and a gem in the black community. Every black person in America has seen Purple Rain and The Color Purple. If you haven't, you will at some point in life because BET plays it every 20 minutes. If I had a favorite Prince performance, he actually has a lot that I really like. But I really enjoyed, I already told you about the Purple Rain audio, but I really enjoyed the Grammy performance from 2004 when he did the bit with Beyonce. And not because it's Beyonce in it, but I feel like people always said Beyonce's performance that made her, blow up was the BET Awards when she was dancing on top of her name with Crazy in Love. But I honestly felt it was this performance with Prince because it made the music heads have a different appreciation for her. That's when they did Purple Rain, Baby I'm a Star, and Let's Go Crazy. And I think that was the performance that, for someone like a Beyonce, where she's like, finally, I'm here. And, Prince was just cool with his little purple suit on, doing whatever he did. Prince was Prince. There's that one. Super Bowl, of course, that was the first time that they finally let a fun entertainer do halftime again since, somebody else got us all in trouble. And I think that was such an epic performance. He just has so many great moments. And from the films like, Graffiti Bridge and Under Cherry Moon, just like Prince is just, I love the fact that he was not afraid to be himself. He made it okay for people like me who don't necessarily fit the mold of being the alpha masculine, hyper man's man, to people who like me who are just themselves, and people look at me sideways like, what is wrong with this dude? He made it cool for us to just be ourselves and not feel like we have to be something else. So when you look at how the gender roles and the standards of how men should carry themselves were at the time that he came out, he was like, F all that, I'm gonna do me. Listen, I'm gonna have my little pressed perm hair, I'm gonna wear my little stilettos because I'm 5'0". I'm gonna wear these suits. I'm gonna go on the VMAs and perform with my butt hanging out in these yellow pants, and y'all ain't gonna do nothing about it. That is true artistry. That's the epitome of rock and roll to me. You really just live through your music and your craft, and that's what the industry is missing. And the thing about it is you can't even get mad at the artists because, like I said, the industry is so bought out. It's not even only artists. The artists that are doing that are all people we've never heard of. They're not getting that commercial exposure. They're not going to get that opportunity. Goodness, this just hurt my heart. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Share your 2 cents about Prince, your favorite song, your favorite album. Did I say favorite album? If I had a favorite album, I really don't have one, but And I'm not going to say Purple Rain because that's too cliche, but I really enjoyed the Controversy album. I enjoyed 3121. Musicology was a great comeback album. And like I said, his stuff with the New Power Generation, I love all of that. That was great. Sign of the Times. He had some really great albums. I like the Graffiti Bridge soundtrack as well, and the Batman soundtrack, which is classic. I think that was nominated for an Oscar. I might be wrong. Anyway, goodness, rest in peace, Prince. All you other legends, take care of yourselves, please. Just let's put all of them on the prayer line. It just, woo! I can't take no more. My spirit can't handle it. I'm out. Subscribe. Share your best memories of Prince. Rest in peace, legend.